What is going on, everybody? It's your boy John, and welcome back to Gearbox. So, today, first off, you might be saying, John, why do you have a wheel in front of you? And at first, I was just going to say, well, I actually have a Japanese auto parts store over yonder, and I'd never been in there before, surprisingly enough. It was honestly surprising to me that I had never been in there. Turns out the guy is retiring, and walk in there, I'm shooting the shit with them. And long story short, because he's retiring, he's shutting down the shop, he's getting rid of stuff. He did not have a set of these, but I thought this wheel was super sick. It is a 90s Motegi. And it was cool. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and pay the dude $50 for it as a little piece of art, I guess. I don't know, but it's right here. But then, so that's number one. Then number two, I was like, well, the video I'm gonna film today and edit today is actually, this kind of ties in a little bit. So to cut right to the chase here, what I want to talk about is Fitment Industries. Okay, some of you guys probably have heard me talk about Fitment Industries in past videos. Some of y'all are probably very familiar with Fitment Industries. Just given the video you're watching now, the videos that are on my channel, there's a good chance you know Fitment Industries. Now, in the off chance that you are not familiar, basically, Fitment Industries is a company. Fitment Industries is a company that has a pretty good YouTube presence in the automotive world. And basically, as they say in all their videos, they are wheels, tires, and suspension. And they have something called the Gallery. Now, Fitment Industries is actually where I bought my wheel setup. And the reason that they were so, I guess, important to me was that gallery piece. Basically, any Joe Schmo off the street can submit a picture of their car and say, hey, I'm on stock suspension and I run this wheel width, this wheel offset, this diameter of wheel, and take pictures of it. So people who aren't so inclined with wheel specs or fitment can have a better idea of what they're kind of getting themselves into. It even goes so far to say, through the filters to say, all right, well, I'm on a lowered setup. I want this wheel setup, and maybe you filter it out to say it does rub, or I don't want rubbing, or cutting required, cutting not required. It gets super duper detailed to be able to really dial in your fitment. It's Fitment Industries. Very, very cool company. Very helpful for me personally, and I honestly recommend it to everyone. And it's mainly around JDM, Euro, and USDM cars, right? Cars being the main word there. They have a sister company called Custom Offsets, and they do the same damn thing with trucks. So either way, it's a very, very cool business idea. Their YouTube channel is great, and they just have a lot of good information to really get out to people, especially when it comes to wheel specs, because wheel specs are just so I don't know, they're confusing, at least to me. I understand them better now, but previously, not so much. Anyway, now that we've kind of got the preface out of the way, let's talk about the elephant in the room. And that is that three major players and a couple other folks who were previously at Fitment Industries have left the organization, and all of which have made YouTube videos about it. And I really want to kind of talk about this a little bit. I still think Fitment Industries is a great company, and what they do is very cool. But just some of the things that have been said from the three folks that I've watched and I feel kind of connected to would be Alex Martini, Gels, and Dakota. Those three, I think Alex was the first one, Dakota went, and then Gels went. And it's all been within like, I think Alex left maybe a month ago, Dakota left last week, and now Gels is gone. It's a pretty, it seems to me, there's some sort of catastrophic issue within Fitment Industries. And I really hate to say that, but it's the truth. Now, I've watched, Alex, Gels, and Dakota's YouTube videos saying, hey, I'm no longer with Fitment Industries. And one common theme that I've come across in these videos is that no one felt that they could be genuine anymore. And that just, I think Dakota said, I don't know if I outgrew the company or the company outgrew Dakota, which I thought was a pretty, I guess, interesting comment. Not necessarily because I have any experience in that realm or I know exactly what happened, but what seems to be the case, as far as I'm concerned, is Fitment Industries, just like a lot of good, massive companies today, not necessarily automotive, but just in general, it starts off with a group of guys, and they all have a common goal, a common theme, common personalities, and they say, you know what, instead of buying these parts or buying this service, let's go ahead and make our own and make it the way we want it. So it starts off small, obviously grows bigger and bigger. Now, with the YouTube presence and that channel taking off, driving sales for their actual business, that growth can happen pretty quick. And if Fitment Industries, in this case, and or Custom Offsets, which I'll get to in a second, if they were not prepared for that percentage growth in that short amount of time, it could lead to some pretty, I guess, off-the-cuff decisions, comments, people in power, stuff like that, that it seems, in my opinion, to have kind of driven the company apart. That happens a lot. You have your quote-unquote mom-and-pop shops that, whether they get, financially, angel investor funded or something like that, and it's a catalyst. It helps that growth. I feel that YouTube was probably that catalyst for Fitment Industries, and from being a small mom and pop shop to now being a, corporation, it might have started to get a little political. Actually, I can guarantee you it started to get political. But to the point, going back to, the fact that these three guys said they, just couldn't be genuine and weren't excited about what they were putting out there content-wise. I'm sure a big part of that is from the politically correct world that we live in right now. You only want to put out stuff that's going to appease people. You don't want to put out anything that's going to, stir the pot or make waves. Just everyone do their thing. Everyone coexist. And really, there's no place for hot takes in 2022 going into 2023. And that's just really interesting to me. And I don't know the business model of Fitment Industries. I don't know their financials. I'm sure financially they're doing just fine. But I do know that a couple bad apples and powerful positions in a company like that can really drive people away. Me personally, as a quick side note, the company I work for, we had a bad partner. I worked for him for 3.5 years, and pretty much got up to my neck with his bullshit, and I couldn't take it anymore. And that guy ended up getting fired by the other two partners. So I know what those bad actors look like. But it's very interesting to me. I just have a couple notes here. Everyone's saying they can no longer be themselves. What's also interesting to me is that everyone in these YouTube, like Alex on his own YouTube video, Dakota in his own YouTube video, Gels in his own YouTube video, all of them have said the same thing. And obviously, it's very strategic, right? But I have no hard feelings for Fitment Industries. I love everyone at Fitment Industries. It's just no longer the right fit. Is that true? I don't know. Only they know. But I think there's definitely hey, I'll miss the guys there, but not the experience type of deal. I'm sure there's a lot of that. But it's just very interesting to me that all of them kind of came to the same conclusion of, Fitment Industries is great. Like, I'll still be in touch with Fitment Industries, but I decided to leave. I don't know. I have no idea. That's why I'm sitting here talking about it. Another thing that was kind of foreshadowed earlier in the video, but is custom offsets as a sister company. There are two ways that this can go. One, custom offsets was, and I don't know a whole lot about custom offsets. I just know that they're like related. I don't know if custom offsets is in the same exact scenario in the fact of like upper management, C-suite people over top of them. Is custom offsets going to be affected by the same kind of negative aura that's going on with Fitment Industries? I don't know. The other thing that could have happened is if Fitment Industries was created first as a mom and pop shop, and then they saw an opportunity to start custom offsets as a sister company, let's call it 5 years down, after the fact, there's a chance that Fitment Industries was still under, buddy power, and custom offsets when it was created had a little more intentional structure behind the company, as opposed to just winging it with a couple of friends and having to grow into their roles and whatever. So what I'm saying is there's a chance that custom offsets is also done for with that negative shit. But there's also a chance that they're going to be able to, get past that because they were structured appropriately from the beginning. Only time will tell. I don't know where that stands, but it's just something to keep in mind. Really, the last point I want to talk about is Alex, Gels, and Dakota. To me, based on their singular, individual YouTube videos, and based on what they've said and how cohesive they seem to be on YouTube. YouTube is, can be manipulated in such a way that you paint one picture when reality is completely different. I get that. But Gels, Dakota, and Alex seem to be really good friends, and they all seem to have the same gripes, I guess you could say, about Fitment Industries. So something to look out for is them starting a company, whether that be probably not a direct competitor to Fitment because of non-competes and stuff like that, but I would pretty much guarantee you that they'll be doing a lot of stuff together, which I really and truly am interested to see. I like those guys. I like the content they put out. It sucks that they can't do it with Fitment, but when one door closes, another door opens type of deal. So anyway, I know I completely just spewed shit everywhere on that video, but it just, I saw the one video of Alex, and I'm like, all right, well, people can leave companies, like, that's no big deal. And then I saw Dakota, and I'm like, okay, well, that's 2. Maybe there was a little scuffle or something internally. And then there's 3. That doesn't seem to be a coincidence to me. That seems to be, a larger issue. So I want to make this video. I don't know. I'm going to be following it for sure, but just something to keep in mind. But anyway, guys, I hope you like this video. I know I'll do this format every once in a while, but just, kind of sitting here as, just a conversation. But as always, guys, if you like the video, give it a big fat thumbs up. Please comment, if you've got any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, drop them down below. As always, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. You know the deal. And until next time, peace.